Greetings, PT. Like I said, an
Yes,
honor again. So today we're gonna go with the letter D, and
yes.
we're gonna start with one important word here. There's a few that I have highlighted. We're gonna start with first, but the first one is the word die, because
Oh,
you can dye or you can dye your hair. You have also diameter that come from that. There's a lot of word that starts with dye. So maybe
yes.
you can start with this one, PT.
For that, we first can look at the term die. Like we can look at the word D, the letter D in English. Okay. So, like we first said, A one, B was two, C was third. Observer has come. Now, what has happened in D is we have reached a point where all these one, two, three need a place to stay. Okay. Okay. So, place to stay means the cup. D is like cup. Like it's a cup. It's a vessel. You can put water in it. You can put anything. It's covered, enclosed, like a dome. Like D for dome. Okay. So if you understand, D is that compartment, that cup. Okay, that space, which can be like a house for a person, right? Right now you have a house, you stay inside that. It's cold outside but warm inside. Okay, so that's the cup you are
Yeah.
staying in. You have a car, automobile. That's a cup. You go in it. So D is all those things. Okay, first. So when you say die, D-I-E, it simply means the cup. I exit. I exit the cup. You come out of the car,
Oh yeah.
you come out of the house, and in reality, you come out of this body, this physical body, right? Body has a D, has to have a D, okay? Because it's a cup. Now your spirit will leave this cup called the human body, and that's when you die in physical terms. Okay, so that is the main meaning of that thing. When the word why comes in dying, when you put colors and things and stuff, that's different because why is just a exchange, like either this or that. It was red first, now it can be green. It was green, it can be blue, whatever. That's an exchange of energy. But the DIE means I exit the cup.
And even the other day, I was looking at natural dyes, how they make that Japanese dye. I think it's called sumu dyes or stuff,
Yeah,
but they use soot. So they use a flame and they create soot and they
yeah.
collect
I
that
mean,
soot and stuff. So
yeah. Earlier, all the dyes which are for dyeing clothes or anything were natural dyes only. In nature, there are all those colors, which is energy exchange. Why is it exchange this way from this to that within the cup? All
yeah.
within the cup. Yeah, yeah. So
But now, why do they use the word dye also for when you dye your hair and stuff? Like, is
the
it
same thing,
really
which I'm saying,
because,
but that is DYE. Why? There's not I.
okay, that's it, it's a
Y means
Y.
exchange of energy. I mean, you can change any color to any color within the thing, right?
Okay, so because I always associated the fact that especially women dye their hair with the fact that their hair would be dying at one point if they use, but there is natural dyes also.
Yeah, no, but nothing like that. Nothing. See, that's a difference between the
Okay,
letter
that
I and Y. Y just means transition from one state of energy to another. Y is one state of energy. So it was green, it can become red, it can red become blue. You can do anything
okay
within the cup. That's
within
the
the cup.
but the DIE is the cup I exit, which is a very different
Very
thing.
different things. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's why we
So
spell words. Now we come to realize also doing this exercise with you that spelling the words is kind of
there's a huge difference
important. Yeah.
between I and Y.
Yeah.
So in speaking, the speech they might appear similar, but the letters tell a different story.
What about the word day? Because yeah, every day we have a new
Right?
day.
Yeah. Yes.
So
So
what
we
about
have
the
a
word
cup.
day?
Yeah, like we have a D, we have a cup, right? We have this cup. Yeah, our thing which we see, our thing. And there is a which comes into it. The term a in ancient languages relates to sun, actually. in the ancient language, like which is become ray now. Sun is a ray. Okay, A. The A sound is the actually the ray, sun ray when it becomes visible to us fully. Okay, so U was the first sound of the sun ray. So U was the first sound, like of a ray, which is Usha meant like the dawn when it's visible to us, the dawn when it's visible. So A is before that, the ray, which is clearly visible, which lights up, okay, everything. So the within the cup, that ray has come and lit up. That's day, okay, which is, yeah, Devas. Then from Sanskrit, there are roots, but the A root is important. It's common to all of that in the ancient roots. So
Okay.
that's. I mean, I can
Yeah.
go more into it. Its connection to astrology and stuff, but that'll be too complicated here. We'll just keep it to
We're
this
gonna
one.
keep it to the basic of the
Yeah.
word.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I
Yes.
get it. Another word I have highlighted is here. I highlighted here is the word deserve, because a lot of us think we deserve a lot of stuff here on this realm called Earth. So yeah, so the word deserve.
Okay, that's a very good word because it says so much in it. Because inside this construct, the D, which can be Earth or it can be the universe, wherever, whether it's Earth or the universe, I'm just saying everything, wherever the D is, whatever the D is, you only deserve as much as you serve. So the word serve is most important here. So it's written very clearly, serve. Now serve what? As much as you serve the divine plan, as much as you serve the divine plan, as much you deserve
Deserve.
inside the D. And the D can be earth, it can be the whole universe is also a D, no matter what, how big you want to make the D. But that will be a reality. Okay. So no one deserves anything. No being deserves anything just by existing. Okay. You deserve by working, and that work is serving the divine plan. That's
I have Yeah, I have often the impression that the Earth is all that there is. No? Like the plane where we live, the plane of existence is the universe. Uh, I don't trust or proof. I haven't seen proof of outer space though, with all their
yeah,
nonsense. No? So I think everything is contained within that dome
yeah.
or D or
Okay.
cup or
What it is actually, it's a D. Earth is a D, but it's one of the Ds. There are other realms because, but now with the human body and human eyes, you can't see it because they have limitations. Human eyes have
yeah.
limitations. They only see certain frequency, bandwidth. Okay, so even right now, so many things might be around you which you can't see. So other realms, or like once your spirit leaves this body, human body, you will see much more. Same, you will get to see much more. Then you don't have to believe, not believe, because you will see. Okay,
You will see.
so that's while you are in this D called human body, you can't see that. Okay, so D is always a restriction. Try to understand the D. It's always restrictive. Once you are inside the body, there is a restriction which comes with D. Like even inside the house, you're restricted. Inside your automobile, you're driving. You can't suddenly jump out. You're driving at 100
No,
kilometers an hour. You are inside now. You can't suddenly jump. So there is a
absolutely.
restriction which comes with the D. It has to be understood. Like that's a very core concept of the D. It's comfortable, right? It's warm. Like inside the house, it's more comfortable than outside. But because it's a D, so so D is necessary. Like you can't always live outside, right? In cold places like Canada, you can't live outside all the time. You will you will have, so D is necessary, right? But it has restrictions too. So so it, it's a concept. It's that is the D concept actually. And Earth is one D. There are many Ds. Then people can call them dimensions. The word dimension. Like D. Which D are you in? That means which dimension are you in? So I
Exactly.
just covered that word for you just as a
Yeah, yeah, dimension. It's a good
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. So which it's basically saying which D are you in? Like, so I
Great.
mean you are in Earth D or you are in some other planes D or this plane. That's all. So universe has different Ds. Like so Earth is one of them. So
And when you say Earth, do you include the firmament or just the plane of existence where I'm sitting now,
the
or
whole firmament, you know,
the whole
where we
thing?
are, the whole thing, you know, the cup. If you look at
Yeah.
the, this
Okay.
is the bottom plane, flat, and then
Yeah.
there is a this thing like this,
But this
which is
is
the D,
all
which is
okay.
the D, like it's shaped like a D, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. My other words here is dollar. And the word dollar, because the dollar goes pretty much everywhere.
Mm.
In some other countries, it's called other thing than dollar, but here in Canada, it's the Canadian dollar. I think UK also. No, UK you have the euro or something, but here in Canada, it's the Canadian dollar, and that dollar, in the word dollar, you have the word doll. Like it's strange.
Okay. Now, when we take this word apart, we have to keep D out. D is the cup, Earth, right? So that's separate. Then dash, then dash, then O L L A R. Okay. So you have to understand what O L L A R is. Okay. O always means movement in a circle. Yeah. So does money move around like that?
Goes over.
It
Yeah,
does.
the
it,
money.
it goes like that. Okay. L L, two L's. Okay. Two L's means energy. Okay. With multiple meanings. Okay. Multiple meanings in this way. Like for example, if there is one L only, okay, then it is like a motion which goes up but doesn't come down. Like stock market is money, right? Stock market. It goes up, but it comes down too. One L for one movement up, another L for another movement down, up and down. Okay, so that's what currency does, isn't it? Dollar also can increase in value or decrease in value.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two L's, one for going or both directions. Okay, both directions. Okay, circular motion. I told you. R, A R. Okay, A R means a rotation. Okay, I mean currency rotates obviously. So when they made this particular term, it was for showing currency as a whole within the cup. And since the beings which were in charge, which were going to make this a general currency for the whole world to operate through, that's why they made sure that everything is there in it, whatever money means in terms of transactions within the cup called Earth. All the things have to be there. Circular rotation, a rotation going up, coming down. That's it. You know, that movement.
Is that why the word elder, like you were talking about one L, two L, is that why elder takes only one L? Because
One, it will
once
take
you
one.
become an
You won't
elder,
put two.
you only go up.
Yeah, you won't have two. Two means
That's it.
something. You could have it one L, but why two? Most important, why two? Because the energy has to move both directions, up and down. And if you look at anything to do with money, whether it's currency, whether it's stock market, it always goes in both directions. Whenever I say something, people can apply it to a lot of things. It's just the
Yeah.
basic basis of how the language makers are functioning. On
Yeah.
what principle are they making the language? And on what principle are they making these decisions? Why to put one, why to put two, why to do this, why to not to do this? Like all of these are decisions, right? Somebody's making these
Yeah.
decisions, okay? And they have to have a purpose and just to understand the basis of those decisions, basically.
Next one is divine. Yeah,
Right.
that's a nice one.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the cup is there, which is the whole universe. In divine, the cup is the whole universe. That D is not Earth. Okay, let's understand this first. In that, the D means the whole universe, which is called Brahman in Sanskrit. Okay, Brahman. With a D in the end. Yeah.
Yeah,
V is sort of a branching, in a tree. If you see tree, one thing goes like this, and out of the stump comes out a branch, V, and then a branch makes into more V's, and that's how you get a tree, right?
yeah,
And now, a lot of times you would have seen in different ancient cultures, they used to use world tree as the universe. It's shown like a tree. So that tree is like a symbolic way of showing the universe, which is all these branches. So there are many branchings of energies within the universe. Okay. So in that branching, whatever is the most coherent fractal branching within the D is divine. I, V, I, N. So V is the branching. Okay. I, V, I shows fractality. Okay. I is this side, I is this side. En is energy. Okay. So the energy which is most fractal in the branching, which creates the whole fractal of the universe, which is the most fractal within the universe, that's divine. Okay. So it's a little technical. It's a very technical word. Divine. It's the one of the most technical words.
yeah.
Okay, like
It is.
so, it'll take some like a golden ratio and people who understand fractals and things like that to understand it properly, what it means. Because divine is a recurring fractal, like within the D. So that is the force. That is the perfect thing. The perfect
Yeah,
branching, perfect everything. And
coherence.
everything else is not at that level. It functions at limited aspects of those perfections. Limited aspects of those perfections. So that's the beings which are within the limited aspects of it. And then there is a perfect thing. So the whole perfection as a whole is divine.
But when I look around, all I
Yeah,
can see is divine,
yeah,
divine creation, divine stuff. Like everything
yeah.
around us
You are
is
seeing,
divine.
yeah, yeah, you are seeing aspects of it in nature also. In earth,
Yeah,
nature is providing glimpses of that perfection. I mean, that perfection is much more than what you see here. Okay, there is more to it, but
yeah,
there is glimpses. There is the same design you can feel or perceive towards that. So that's why they call it glimpse of divine on earth. The glimpse of divine within a localized, because earth plane has its own limitations. This is a limited plane with limited everything. Okay, so that limitations are there. So within the limitations, you are seeing something which is more unlimited within the scope of limitation. Let's say small d of the big D. Like,
yeah. So yeah, everything's divine around. But my
yeah.
next word is devil, devil, demon. All these
Okay.
negative
Okay.
connotation.
You have to again take D up away. D is just the cup always, right? It's always the cup. Okay. Evil comes after that. Evil. So whenever evil means a negative tendency operates within the cup, that's called devil by the English language. Evil within the cup. Evil opposite of live. Live, means live means you're living as per divine laws, divine rules. That's live. Now, someone says, no, I'm not going to live as per divine laws, divine rules. Then you will become opposite of live, evil. Okay. And within this frame of reference of this D, which can be any frame of reference of Earth or anywhere else or the universe, that will be called devil by the English language. Okay. That's the English language way of
Yeah.
representing that energy.
And do you agree that There is nothing really evil on this plane.
There are actions and there are consequences. Evil is just a way of saying that you are not going as per divine rules. Okay, there is rules of this everything, like this universe, this living, everything, existence, everything has got its rules. Okay, either you can follow the rules or not follow the rules. When you don't follow the rules, it's called evil. That's it. It's a term, and not following has what consequences. Okay, you just get consequences. That's all.
I see with my eyes proof of divinity, but I see no proof of evil. Like there's no evil tree growing on earth. There's no evil waters. There's no
Yeah,
like
yeah. I mean,
everything
there
is
is. I'll tell you, I'll give you the proof. Okay. You want proof? I'll give you on earth. Okay. So, like for example, you have corn right now on earth, which the Native American Indians used to grow. All people used to grow a different natural corn. Okay. Now the same corn has become GMO corn. It has been trampled with. Okay. Now you see that corn growing. You can eat that corn, but it will not give you the same. It might even cause you a disease. The old corn, which was natural, was not going to give you any disease by eating, just by eating it. Now, this can. So, some tampering happened, right? Which is action. Now, that action has a consequence that it is not good for human consumption anymore. And whenever it is grown on the soil, that soil also gets less fertile over time. So, that will be called by English language evil. That action by English language, because it is coming in the way of your living, right? You want to live, you want to eat something and be healthy, right? You eat food, you don't expect disease from food, right? When you eat, you are eating corn to feel energetic and healthy, not to get a disease.
yeah.
Okay, so this is, I'm just giving you a very example. There are so many examples, but this is just one which everyone can understand, which is called GMO corn now.
Okay, but that GMO corn is caused by action of other men and women.
Yeah.
Like it's not corn comes
Yeah,
naturally
corn.
good
So
for
yeah,
you, but
those actions are called
so
evil actions. When you make some corn like that, what will you call that action? Is there any need to make that corn?
no,
There's
you
no
can
need,
never
right?
do that.
Corn is going fine. You are going. There's nothing. There's no problem. Your corn is going fine. Why would you make that corn?
Because that's a deep reflection here. Because that's what I'm saying. There's
Yeah. So
nothing.
that. So there has to be some word to show those kind of actions. Beings are
Yes.
deliberately doing certain actions like that. Now you need some word for that. And if you look at it logically, what was life is now being turned like this. That's what's happening in reality.
So you kind of agree with the statement I said when I said there's nothing really evil on this plane other than what man has done and gonna do and
Yeah,
action by
but yeah, yeah. The plane by itself is not. But mm, here, human beings are here to do actions, but those actions can be, and that's because there's a free will. Beings have free will in the universe. Free will. Okay, they can choose to act this way, that way. They have choice, freedom of choice. With freedom of choice comes the option of acting against the laws of nature and universe.
like me and you. We don't need to worship the divine. The divine is everywhere. It's omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. It's everywhere. But those people that worship the devil and do all kinds of ceremony to the name of the devil and all these very dark stuff that they talk about,
Hmm.
they have to do it, right? Because to
I mean,
generate that
both.
kind of
I
energy,
mean, the thing is, there is an energy and power. Okay, right? Divine means
yeah,
energy and power. Now, like it takes energy and power to turn a corn into GMO corn, right? That also
yeah,
requires
yeah,
energy
yeah.
and power, right? To turn a perfectly good corn into GMO corn, right? Now, where is that energy and power going to come from? You need require knowledge for that too. Okay,
Yeah.
so you will obviously be taking help from some beings who have that energy and power, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. So just like so in the universe, like, and then if you have to defeat those beings who are taking help from that energy, then other beings have to take help from a bigger energy, which is more divine, which is more powerful and more benign, and doesn't have negative agendas. So
Wow,
yeah,
that's deep, because
yeah,
that's something that everyone is fixating on is the devil and God and stuff, and
yeah.
like there is devil forces or evil forces on Earth,
Yeah,
but
I mean there
I
are
don't
forces. I mean
think.
even forces means like people's decisions, beings. There are beings in universe, and beings can take decision to go opposite of live. That's that's it. So it's as simple as that. It's
Okay,
very
so
simple.
then the divine force does really exist then,
Obviously,
like it's
it exists just like this force exists, can exist. That also exists. In fact, all the knowledge comes from the divine force only. It can be misutilized in many ways. That's all.
but the knowledge come from the divine source
Oh yes,
only.
yes, yes.
Okay,
Rest all is transmutation.
it's
But
big.
that will be
It's
too
a
deep for this. Another word, deep. That's why two E's and P. Cup, energy. When you show deep means more energy. Energy plus more energy into P. P is the pole, the axis. When we cover P, we'll go into it. But I'm giving you a hint of that word right
Okay.
now.
My last word for Dina, and it's a kind of an important one, is dog. And when you look backward, it's God. So what about
Okay.
dog and God and
Okay.
stuff? And
Let's try to understand what the word dog means. Okay. Let's just go into it
yes,
like, without any kind of that thing. D, cup. O is here for owning, ownership. Okay. Within the cup, you own a G. G means a being. Okay. So
okay,
owning a G means G, which is Jeev in Sanskrit. So you are owning a being. The concept of ownership. So humans now own these beings called dogs within the D called Earth. The whole ownership concept is there. Like, okay, so whenever the ownership is there over a being, more bad comes out of it than good overall.
okay.
Okay, nothing good comes out of owning another being, no matter what it is.
No matter
It
what
can
it is.
be a
Okay.
cat, it can be a rat, it can be a bird, it can be anything. But like in the West, if you see the most ownership is about this being called a dog, which is the most owned,
Oh yeah.
yeah, most owned thing, right? Like, but that creates a
People
lot
love
of habit
dogs.
in the owner because owner thinks it's the owner of this when in reality it is not. You are a being, it is a being. Okay.
Yes.
And dog also doesn't really have any owner in reality. If anyone gives it food, it will go there.
That's how you train them
It's
is
a
with
fact.
treats.
It's a
So
fact. It's a fact of the matter. Okay. There is no real
tr- tr- try to
owner.
train a dog without treat.
Treat. Yeah, but even if somebody else gives it a better food, it'll run away there.
Eh,
The being
it's
will
true.
run to. This is a fact.
Yes.
Okay. So
Oh
there's a
yeah.
fake ownership happening here. Fake ownership happening, which is not real. Okay. That's it. I mean, they think that dogs are loyal. Dogs are loyal only to the food, actually, not to the so-called owner. Okay, in that way. So there's a whole lot of like the whole ownership concept that is a separate thing, but beings never do well with anything called pets. Like the bird, pets, dog, like whatever that ownership issue of any being. So like that's a pure principle. No being can own another being. That's a pure principle. So, so if
But
beings stay with another being, I mean, you can have a dog around, As long as you don't think you are its owner. That's all.
But here you won't see dog walk in the street too much, but there's countries that you go and the dogs are free. Like India, they don't
India
restrict
also,
the
yes, yes,
dogs and the
yes,
cows and the
yes, yes.
so they walk
But
freely
yeah,
everywhere and
yes, yes, yeah.
they go
Ownership
where the
concept.
food is.
Yeah, obviously, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So,
But they're
so that,
scavengers also. Dogs are scavengers
yeah, I mean, in wild,
in the wild.
like wolves,
Yeah.
a lot of dogs breeds have been made, and dogs have been made up. A lot of dogs breeds have been made up by humans, like GMO,
Yeah.
manufactured, not natural.
And
So
if you leave a dog loose and he's really loyal to you and stuff, he will come back.
yes, yes. So that's the thing, like the ownership concept. So
Yeah.
owning a G within the D.
Oh.
But so English language is very scientific about it. Like it's not just dog. Any being, if you think you own like that, it'll be the same word used. So it's impartial,
And that's
actually.
why also,
Yeah.
like the word dog doesn't only refer to the canine species.
No,
I
no.
think you say that in your book somewhere.
Yes, yes, yes. Like dog
Yeah.
is anything
That's
which you
where I
have this
picked it up.
concept. Yeah, the concept of ownership. Like, actually. So you have to look at the word, what it actually means. Like, that's not our notion of it, or thought of it, or you know, or having a reaction. Just be very objective, like like purely objective, totally objective about the whole. That's what I'm trying to
Anyway,
do in
very
this series. Like
profound, PT.
trying to be very objective about all the that things without labels of what it is. This is what it is. You can take it
Exactly.
whatever, but it's just you know. So D is that cup. Cup you drink
Yeah.
from, the car you drive in, the house you stay in, the plane you are in. This
The
D, the dome.
wait,
Yes.
dictator. That's an interesting one.
Within the D, I control things. Within the D, I control as much I can control. That is dictator. I control that much. Whatever. Everyone controls some amount, and they are dictator to that level. Whatever they control within the D. It's
That's a good
simple.
lookup.
So all things people can sort of
Yes,
make up now
definitely
once they
look up.
understand the basics.